as we know that we are discussing the steps involved before growing the crops. So there are about how many steps are there? 6 steps are there. Among them, few of them we are already discussed, right? So which are we are discussed in the last class? We are discussed about the preparation of the soil, sowing the seeds, adding manures and fertilizers, irrigation. This much we are discussed, right? So in the preparation of the soil, how the soil is to be prepared before growing the crops, that we have discussed. In the second steps, what are the steps are involved in the sowing seeds, how the seeds are selected, and we are performing an activity also. Next, adding manures and fertilizers, the differences between the manures and fertilizers that we have discussed. Next, irrigation. Irrigation means the supply of water to the plants at regular intervals is called irrigation. In irrigation, there are 2 methods of irrigation, modern and traditional method that we are already discussed, right? This much we have completed in the last class. In the today's session, let me discuss about the last 3 steps. They are protecting from the weeds, harvesting and storage. So these 3 steps we will discuss today along with some of the pictures. So you can easily understand how the protection from the weeds. So what do you mean by weeds? What is called weeding? So okay, what are weedicides that we discussed? Then harvesting, in the 6th standard you learned about the threshing, winnowing, the same practices are done here also. Lastly, after the harvesting, the seeds must be stored. So how the storage is done, that we will discuss in the today's session. So dear children, next step, protection from the weeds and harvesting. Last we will discuss about the storage. First we shall discuss about the protection from the weeds and harvesting. See, first we should know what do you mean by weed. That is very important, right? What are weeds? In a field, many undesirable or unwanted plants may grow naturally along with the crop. These undesirable plants are called weeds. Understood? So what are weeds? In the field, along with the crop, some of the unwanted plants will also grow. Okay, such type of plants are known as weeds. Here in the picture we can see the some of the weeds. Okay, so what are weeds? In the field, many other undesirable plants or unwanted plants may grow naturally along with the crop. These undesirable plants are called weeds. You can see here. Okay, the in between the crops I will show here. See, in between the crops some of the unwanted plants are growing. So these unwanted plants are called weeds. Okay, these unwanted plants are called weeds. Understood? So how we have to protect from the weeds? So what happens if you are not protecting from the weeds? See, in this picture, so some of the crops are there, along with that one weed is also there. So this weed is compete with the other plant from the sunlight, water and nutrients. Okay, and it is also toxin for the farmer or for human beings and also for the animals, because it contains some of the poisonous substances. Understood? Why we have to remove the weeds from the plants? Because these weeds are containing the toxin substances or poisonous substances. Those poisonous substances are very harmful for the human beings and as well as the animals. Understood? So this is one more thing, and one more important thing is these weeds are compete with the other plants for the sunlight, for the water and also for the nutrients. Okay, thus we have to remove the weeds from the plants for the proper growth of the plant. So these weeds will affect the growth of the plant, other healthy plants. Okay, I will explain once again. See, weed will compete with the plants for the sunlight, water and nutrients. This is the one point. And one more point is these weeds are very poisonous substances. They are poisonous for both human beings and as well as the animals. So that's why we have to remove the weeds from the plants. Okay, so at what time we have to remove the weeds? That is very important. Before flowering and seeding we have to remove the weeds. Okay, so the process of removal of weed from the crop is called weeding. See here. So what do you mean by weeding? Weeding means what? So the process of removal of a weed from the crop is called as weeding. Understood? So next, So how we have to remove the weeds from the plant, that is also very important. So see, tilling, the farmer is tilling. What do you mean by tilling? Tilling means helps to uproot and kill the weeds. Tilling means what we have to do, what is the definition for the tilling? Tilling means we have to make the soil turn over. Okay, that is called tilling. So if you do like this, what happens? The roots of the weeds will become uprooted. So we can easily remove the weeds. This is the one method. So another method is by using the seed drill, are called kurpi. Okay, so by using the seed drill we can remove the weeds. Okay, so this is the another method. So one more method is by spraying the weedicides. Weedicides are the chemicals. Okay, so by these three methods we can remove the weeds from the plant. So which are the three ways? By the tilling method, or by removing using the seed drill, and also by spraying the weedicides. Okay, so I will explain about the what are weedicides. Weedicides means weeds are also controlled by using a certain chemicals, not only by physical method or also by using the seed drill. The another one method is by spraying the weedicides. Weeds are also controlled by using a certain chemicals called weedicides. It is also known as a weed killers, are also called pesticides, that are used to kill the unwanted plants. So weedicides are the chemicals which are used to kill the unwanted plants. These are sprayed in the fields to kill the weeds. They do not damage the crops. The weedicides are diluted with the water to the extent required and sprayed in the fields with a sprayer like a 2,4-D. See, so the weedicides are in the form of chemicals. So these chemicals must be mixed with the water to make dilute. Okay, so why we have to make? Because there are very strong chemicals and they may affect the farmers and as well as the crops also. So that's why it should be diluted with the water. Understood? So what are weedicides? Weedicides are the chemicals used to spray on the crops to kill the or to remove the weeds. Understood? So here in this picture you can observe the farmer is spraying the weedicide to the crops. Okay, so here you can notice he is having some kind of box, that box containing a chemicals called weedicides. So he is also, you can also observe, he is covering a kind of cloth with the nose. Why he have to cover with the nose? See, precaution for the farmers. Before flowering and seeding formation, the weedicides must be apply. Okay, see, one point you have to remember is what is the exact time for spraying the weedicide is before flowering and seed formation. It is very important. So at what time we have to spray the weedicide to the plants? Before flowering and seed formation. Okay, the farmer should cover their nose and mouth with a piece of cloth during the spraying because they affect the health of the farmers. Here in this picture you can observe the farmer is covering a nose with a kind of cloth. Okay, so this is about how to protect from the weeds from the plants. Okay, so next steps, seventh step among the growing plants crops is harvesting. So after all these steps, harvesting is also very important. So how the harvesting is done? What is harvesting? That is very important. So harvesting of the crop is an important task. The cutting of crop after it is matured is called harvesting. So what do you mean by harvesting? The cutting of the crops after they become matured is called as harvesting. Here definition is there, you can observe harvesting. The process of cutting a matured crop is called harvesting. Clear? So harvesting, how the harvesting is done? That is very important, right? Harvesting in our country is either done manually or sickle by the machine called harvester. So by the harvester machines also we can make the harvest. You see, you can see here, this is called sickle. Sickle in Kannada we can call kudugolu. Okay, which is used to cut the matured crops. Clear? So sickle is used to cut the matured crops, or it's also harvester. In this picture harvester is also given. So harvester is also used to separate the matured crops from the field or land. Okay, it is called what do you mean by harvesting? The cutting of the crops after it become matured is called harvesting. So how the harvesting is done? Either by using a sickle or by using a harvester. Harvester, the crops are pulled out and cut close to the ground by using the harvester. Okay, so after the harvesting, what we have to done? Fresh crops contains the moisture content. Yes, fresh crops are containing some kind of moisture. Moisture means a content of water in the weather. Okay, in the surrounding, that is called moisture. So the fresh crops containing a moisture, they should be dried in the sunlight. See, so first we have to do, after the cutting of the plants, it should be dried in the presence of sunlight. Okay, so what have to do next? By using the combination of harvester and thresher. Either, see, what do you mean by combine means? So the process of cutting, the process of harvesting the plants with the help of the machine called combine. Okay, by using, either by using the harvester or by the combine, we can separate the grains. Okay, so the separation of grains is mainly done by the two ways. One is winnowing. Okay, winnowing you are already studied in the 6th standard, and also by threshing. Okay, threshing means beating of the stalks to the a kind of stone, or by using a threshing machines also we can do the threshing. And winnowing, what do you mean by winnowing? Farmers will hold the small holdings of the land to the separation of the grains and chop by using the winnowing. So by using the chop, what they will do along in the when the kind of a wind is blowing, no, so what they will do, the farmers will with the small holdings of the land do the separation of the grain and chop by the winnowing. Okay, so how the harvesting is done? So what are the steps involved in the harvesting? First we have to harvest. What do you mean by harvest? The process of cutting the matured crops is called harvesting. Harvesting is either done by a sickle or by the harvester. After the harvesting, the crops should be dried because they contains the moisture. Then the seeds are separated either by the combine or by the harvester. So then the seeds from the stalks are separated by using two methods, threshing and winnowing. Threshing means beating the crops to the land to separate the grains, or winnowing means with the help of the chaff they will remove the grains. Okay, so next, the stalks which are separated from the crops during the harvesting time, it is used as a food for the cattle, cow. Okay, like that. Okay, so next, so like this harvesting step should be done. Clear? So how the harvesting is done? Harvesting is done either by using a sickle or by a harvester. Okay, na? Next, last step is storage. So this is the one last step among the steps followed before the growing of crops. The last step among the storage of the the last step among the steps followed before the growing is storage. Storage is very, very important. Why the storage is very, very important means the seeds must be stored well to protect from the microbes like microorganisms, insects, rat, okay, fungi, etc. So that's why storage is very, very important. Why the storage is important? Because those seeds can be used for the next season for the growing same kind of crops. So that's why seed is very, very important. So storage of food grains is also important. How the food storage is done? See, why we have to store the food? Because first step is we have to avoid the moisture. That means we have to dry the seeds very well. If the moisture is there, that means the seeds will not germinate. They become spoiled by the bacteria or fungi. That's why first and foremost step among the storage of food grains is first we have to dry the seeds very well to protect from the moisture or to protect from the bacteria, microorganisms. Okay. So after the drying of the grains, what we have to do? We have to store in a gunny bag. See, there are so many methods are followed in the storage of food grains. Among them, Most of the farmers are store the separated grains in the gunny bags or in the metallic bins. Okay, and one of the traditional method is they are stored the food grains and they cover with the dried neem leaves, because neem is one of the best pesticide, organic pesticide. It will avoid the microbes to grow there. Okay, so these are the traditional methods are followed. Along with this one, some of the large scale storage is also done. Okay, so how the large scale storage is done? With the help of silos and granaries are used. Okay, the Food Corporation of India and State Warehousing Corporation, so these two are take handling of the how to store the food grains. Okay, and also here you can, with the help of a large godowns also, the food grains are stored. Clear? So why we have to store the foods? Because the food grains are very important. Okay, so it is important for the food productions also, and also for the next generations. So that's why the food must be stored well. Clear? So how they is stored? Either in the jute bags or in the metallic bins, and also it is covered with the neem leaves. In the large scale industries, what they will do? They will store in the silos and granaries, and also in the large godowns also it is stored. So this is about the storage of food grains. Okay. Lastly, how the plants are grown for the food production, right? So like that, some of the animals are also rare to get one kind of the products like milk, meat, etc. Okay, in the coastal areas, most of the peoples are depending upon the fishes, because the fishes there the fishery is done. Okay, the fishing is done near the coastal areas, and the coastal areas peoples are having the kind of food called fishes. Okay, they are having a lot of fishes because they done the rearing of fishes near there. Okay, so the fish is one of the coastal food near the coastal areas. Okay, like that. So some of the animals are reared to get the products from that, and we are consuming as a food. Okay, so we will last one topic of this chapter is animal husbandry. What do you mean by animal husbandry? The rearing and caring of the animals for food and other products is called animal husbandry. You can observe the definition here. What do you mean by animal husbandry? Rearing and caring of animals for food and other products. Okay, so in your nearby villages or somewhere else you can observe rearing of cows, rearing of goats, okay, rearing of chickens to get a meat, rearing of buffaloes to get a milk. Okay, like this we are rearing the animals to get a kind of food products. So this kind of rearing and caring of animals is called as animal husbandry. Okay, so this completes the lesson first or chapter first, crop production and management. Thank you.